It wasn't until later, when I was washing the blood off my hands, I even knew they were dead.
Oops, she did it, and then won an Oscar. Well, that's the Catherine Zeta-Jones headline out of the movie Chicago.
They had it coming! They had it coming! They had it coming!
Well, 20 years after Catherine and the movie were Oscar anointed, Britney Spears confirmed in her memoir, The Woman in Me, that she was offered one of the roles alongside Catherine.
Around that time, I was asked if I'd like to be in a movie musical. It was Chicago.
Now it left me wondering, what role could have Britney possibly played? Her description of the character doesn't narrow it down too much.
I would have gotten to play a villain who kills a man and sings and dances while doing it.
So to fit both those characteristics, Britney turned down playing Roxy, Velma, or one of the 4 Mary murderesses of the Cook County Jail. Now in November 2001, Playbill posted an article that claimed Britney was offered a different role than those. It was the character who did kill a man, but she did not sing and dance about it. Yeah, the cameo role of Kitty Baxter, which was played by Lucy Liu in the film. So we have 2 scenarios here. Playbill's right, and Britney turned down the role of Kitty Baxter, and just didn't realize that there was no singing or dancing required for that role.
I wonder if you wouldn't mind saying a word or two. Sure, I'll say 3. Gotta
Or Playbill's wrong, and Britney turned down one of the singing and dancing roles in the movie. To be super fair here, I entertained the theory that Britney was offered one of the leads before Catherine Zeta-Jones and Renee Zellweger.
I know you're right.
I went down that rabbit hole for you, and instead of wasting your time explaining how far-fetched idea was in fact far-fetched, I'll just tell you, I can assure you, that did not happen.
And all that jazz.
Now, while I couldn't find anything that suggested that Britney was offered one of the roles in the Cell Block Tango, I also couldn't find anything that proves she wasn't offered one of those roles.
Sex squish. Cicero. Shits.
Now, one of the women speaks entirely in Hungarian, so Britney wasn't offered that one, but there's 4 other English-speaking characters in that number. One that was played by Maya, a fellow pop star. Now, I asked Maya about the filming of Chicago when she was on ET Canada.
And it was cold in Canada when we filmed that. Yeah. I was here for about 2 or 3 months.
Mona, Maya's character, has about 85 seconds to 90 seconds worth of screen time. Kitty is on screen for about 45 seconds worth of screen time. So from here on out, I got no more facts for you. This is just pure logic.
Chicago would have been fun. It's all dance pieces, my favorite kind.
But here's why I think Kitty makes more sense, that it was the role that Britney was offered.
You're not my counsel, and I want my money back.
Both roles have the same amount of screen time and have like the same amount of prominence, but one requires 2 to 3 months of Britney's time. One requires 1 to 2 days of Britney's time. Okay? Kitty's purpose in the story is to be a threat to Roxy's spotlight. It's not just Kitty could pull focus from Roxy. It's on the mere sight of her, Kitty is pulling focus from Roxy. And Lucy Liu did just that. The audience was immediately going, is that Lucy Liu? That is Lucy Liu. And they're no longer paying attention to Renee's Roxy. Not only is Britney a bigger star than Lucy Liu, but she can also sing and dance, so she'd be seen as an even bigger threat to Roxy.
He had it coming. He had it coming.
If Britney was offered to be in Cell Block Tango, it would mean that producers weren't worried about her pulling focus from Catherine Zeta-Jones. And actually, I could believe that.
They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming.
That's how good Catherine was in that number. It's possible that producers thought, let's try to get Britney, Madonna, Janet, and Beyonce for the other roles in Cell Block Tango, because they still aren't going to pull focus from Catherine, because that's how good she's going to be in the scene.
You would have done the same.
But in reality, why would producers take that chance when they could offer Britney a role that distraction is actually welcome?
But I look back now and I think, when it came to Chicago, I should have done it.
That's why, it makes sense that she was offered the role of Kitty. I'm sorry to say that. That means I don't believe Britney, or at least Britney doesn't have her information right. She was offered the role. She just wasn't offered the role that required singing or dancing.
Did I know these 2 ladies personally? Was that your question?
Yeah, that's my question.
What do you guys think? What are your thoughts? And what do you think of Britney regretting now turning down the role in the eventual Best Picture winner?